loaders. Class loader is a software who loads classes. Now in this file, what is important here is types of class loaders in Java. Types of class loaders in Java. There are three types of class loaders. There are three types of class loaders. Number one, Bootstrap class loader or primordial class loader. Bootstrap class loader or primordial class loader. Number two, extension class loader. Extension class loader. And number three, system class loader. System class loader. Bootstrap class loader or primordial class loader, extension class loader, and system class loader. Bootstrap class loader loads those classes. Now, why these three class loaders are there? Why not just one class loader is there? You will come to know in this discussion. Bootstrap or primordial class loader loads those classes which are essential for JVM to function properly. All our basic classes which are required for any Java application to be executed, those classes are loaded by Bootstrap class loader. And that is why, in fact, that is why this class loader is called as Bootstrap class loader, because it loads all our basic fundamental classes which are essential for the execution of any Java application. So basically, Bootstrap class loader loads java.lang, java.io classes and the classes from jdk jre lib rt.jar. jdk jre lib rt.jar. So from rt.jar, now you know that jar file contains .class files. Jar file contains one or more .class files. So Bootstrap class loader basically loads all those classes which are there in rt.jar. And this rt.jar you will get in which folder? Lib, inside JRE, inside your JDK. So Bootstrap class loader's responsibility is to load those classes which are there in rt.jar. What about extension class loader? Extension class loader is given a different area. You load classes from that area, that folder. And what is that? That area is lib ext directory. So inside JRE, inside lib, there is a ext folder. In that ext folder, whatever classes are there, those classes will be loaded by extension class loader. So work has been divided. And finally, system class loader. Now system class loader is supposed to load those classes for which programmer has set class path. Look at this word, class path. I'm not saying path. Path and class path both are different. Path is the one which you set for exe, batch, and DLL files. So whenever you want to work with any exe file or batch file or DLL file, you have to set the path. But when you are in Java specific, you have to, suppose you want to use the class given by some other person. Obviously that class will be there in the jar file. How can you access? It's not that you will have jar file, in that jar file .class file is there, so you can access. ऐसे नहीं होता है. You have to set class path of that jar and then you can use. You have to set class path of that jar. We will see that how to set class path. You have to set class path of that jar, then you can use that jar file. So when you set that class path, who will load that class? System class loader. So system class loader is supposed to load those classes for which Java programmer has set the class path. Bootstrap class loader is given which area? rt.jar. You are supposed to load classes from rt.jar and you are supposed to load some basic and fundamental classes. Extension class loader is given a different area, ext folder. Inside lib, you are supposed to load classes from ext. And finally, system class loader has been given which area? The class path set by programmer. So these are three class loaders in Java.
So what's the difference between Bootstrap and extension class loader?
They are given different areas. Bootstrap class loader is given rt.jar, and extension class loader is given ext folder. System class loader is given a different job altogether. Whenever programmer sets any class path, you are supposed to load those classes from that jar file. That is system class loader. They have been given separate areas, separate responsibilities. So there is no workload on just one class loader. Clear? Clear? What's the
Yes, sir.
difference between
Yes, sir.
Bootstrap? Yeah, Bootstrap class. Yes, yes, Chiranjeev.
So, sir, how this